Okay, so here's a quick run through of the components. Nylon cord, very cheap nylon cord, attached at this end with a very cheap carabiner. I have 1.1 ripstop nylon fabric snakeskin, one at this end, one at the other end as well. The tarp itself is just cheapo painter's plastic, medium weight, I guess. The edge is bound with packing tape. Then from corner to corner and peak to peak, I have clear duct tape, which is UV resistant. All the forces that act on this tarp through the tie outs are drawn directly on this tape, so the plastic is not really under any kind of load at all. It's all on this tape, which is incredibly strong. For the tie outs, I just used a piece of strapping tape again, and then we just have some simple bowline knots here. Use a taut line hitch on all the ends. If those of you don't know how to tie that, learn it. It's ridiculously simple. It's easy to untie when you have to leave in a hurry. The tarp is attached to the ridge line with a prusik knot on each end, snakeskin. Then we've got just a simple hitch on the other end here. Okay, the hammock is secured again with 1-inch polyester webbing strap. I'm using a marlin spike hitch with the toggle here. The hammock is suspended from the knot itself, not from the toggle. The suspension line here is a Dyneema. It's a whoopee sling. You can find out all about whoopee slings on YouTube. Wonderful stuff. Great way to hang your hammock because it's adjustable, works on the constriction principle, runs through itself and constricts as soon as any weight's on it. It won't budge. When you take the weight off, you can adjust this all day long. Bug net was a curtain from IKEA somebody gave to me. That was free. The hammock itself is 2 layers of 1.1 ounce ripstop nylon. I made it with 2 layers because I wanted to put insulation in between the layers. And I've since moved away from that and now rely solely on this wonderful underquilt. Fabulous. That's Insultex insulation with 1.1 ripstop nylon. The underquilt, I've shown this before, is a double layer of Insultex insulation with it's quilted on the inside, and then has a little Velcro up the foot here and a what do you call that? Draw cord closure on the foot. The only other thing that we have here is a little pocket for books and lighters and knives and whatever, bottles of water. Great to have in the middle of the night. More to come. Okay, a few final remarks. The top quilt, underquilt, hammock with suspension, bug net, the plastic hex tarp is a base kit that weighs 5 pounds. The knife there adds an extra pound, but that might not be around for much longer. Cost. The tarp to put together was $10. The top quilt, underquilt cost a total of $45, and that includes the bag that they're stuffed in. The hammock I spent a total of just under $25. That's everything included, again including the stuff sack. The bug net was free. That didn't cost a thing. So what does that make? 10, 40, 75, oh, excuse me, 80 bucks. Is that right? 80 bucks? Can that be right? Pretty cheap. Not too bad. I mean, considering if you buy that stuff from the cottage industries, it gets pretty expensive. I want to say something about versatility. With this stuff, I've been down to -5 degrees. Now, granted, I had on many layers of clothing to do that, but certainly down to 5, 10 degrees, it's very comfortable, no problem at all. One word about knots. Well, maybe 3. Learn a few. I didn't learn to tie my shoes until I was 7 years old. Knots are easy. The internet's full of tutorials. YouTube's a wonderful thing. Lastly, sewing. I mean, I didn't know how to sew until I got into this stuff, and now I can sew all kinds of stuff. So you learn new things. It's a good way to advance your knowledge. And for all you zombie apocalypse prepper types, you're going to have to learn how to sew anyway when there's no one else to do it. So there you got it. That's my take on the 5-minute shelter. Thanks for watching. Cheers, gang.